Welcome back, everyone. Celiac disease is something that we've heard a lot about lately, but it's a confusing condition. Joining me now to talk more about celiac disease via Google Plus is St. Mary's nurse practitioner Shendry Thom. Thanks so much for being with us, Shendry. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and start off first. What is celiac disease?
Celiac disease is an inflammation of the bowel. It's an autoimmune condition, and basically people that have celiac have inflammation of their small intestine when they eat gluten, which is a protein found in barley, wheat, oats, and rye. And with that, what happens is there are these little projections in your small intestine called villi. When inflammation happens, they break down. And so usually in these little projections, you have a blood supply and the food particles go by and you're able to get calcium, iron, vitamin B. This is a site where you also have the enzymes for breaking down lactose, which is in milk. And so when these degrade, then the food passes right by and people end up with a lot of secondary problems due to this malabsorption of nutrients.
What would you say if someone thinks they might have it? What are some of the symptoms of celiac disease?
They can be very low grade to radical. They can be bloating and gas, diarrhea, constipation. People can feel general just malaise. They can have unexplained iron deficiency anemia, weight loss, depression.
Gosh, there's a lot listed there. Is there a test that you can take for celiac to find out if you have it, or is it something you have to wait a while and kind of weed out the symptoms?
No, there are actually tests that will show definitively whether or not you have it. However, it's important if you're going to be tested to rule out celiac that you're actually eating gluten. Otherwise, they'll be negative. There is one test that's a genetic test that can show you if you actually have the gene for celiac.
Very cool. How would you say is the best way to prevent celiac disease symptoms?
Well, first of all, it's important to have an accurate diagnosis. Once you have the diagnosis, then just absolute avoidance of gluten, which, like I said, is wheat, barley, oats, and rye, and the protein found in those. So you really have to avoid every bit of it, even the smallest crumb.
And it's even in something as small as like the vanilla that you would put in cookies or something along those lines, as I've found out. What are some of the foods that are okay, though, to eat with celiacs?
Okay, so basically things that don't have those components in them. Rice, millet are a couple of things that are grain-like, or grains that can be eaten. There are others as well. And then meat, vegetables, fruit, nuts, seeds. Those are all fine.
And read those ingredients. Shendry Thom, thanks so much for being with us. I appreciate a lot of great information. All right, we're going to go now to Jen with a quick look at the forecast. Hi, Jen.
Good midday to you, Melissa.